When two universities with storied athletic programs clash over something as seemingly simple as a logo, it's bound to grab attention. But here's where it gets interesting. Baylor University has taken Boston University to court over the use of an interlocking BU design, claiming trademark infringement and unfair competition. This legal battle isn't just about letters. It's about identity, branding, and the fine line between homage and imitation. Last Friday, Baylor filed a complaint in a Texas federal district court accusing Boston University of using a logo that's identical or strikingly similar to Baylor's federally registered trademarks. Wendy C. Larson, an attorney from Pierke Barber representing Baylor, emphasized that the university has no issue with Boston University using the initials BU. After all, those initials have long been synonymous with the New England institution. The problem, according to Baylor, lies in the specific interlocking design, a style Baylor says it has used since at least 1912. For over a century, Baylor has incorporated this interlocking BU into its branding, particularly in athletics. The design is more than just a logo. It's a symbol of the university's identity, registered with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for use on clothing, educational services, and other merchandise. This registration grants Baylor significant legal protections, including exclusive rights to the mark and anti-counterfeiting measures enforced by U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Additionally, Baylor leverages its trademarks through a robust licensing program, generating revenue from officially branded apparel and accessories tied to its successful athletic programs. Speaking of athletics, Baylor's teams have achieved national prominence in recent years. The Bears have claimed NCAA Division I championships in women's basketball 2005, 2012, and 2019, men's basketball 2021, and men's tennis 2004. These accomplishments underscore the value of Baylor's brand and why protecting its visual identity matters so much. On the flip side, Boston University's Terriers are no strangers to athletic success either. Their men's hockey team is especially renowned, having won the NCAA D1 National Championship in 2009. The program has also produced NHL stars like Jack Eichel of the Vegas Golden Knights, Charlie McAvoy of the Boston Bruins, and Brady Tkachuk of the Ottawa Senators. Beyond hockey, BU boasts a competitive women's rowing program. This isn't the first time these two universities have crossed paths over the BU design. Back in 1987, Baylor attempted to register the interlocking logo with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, but Boston University opposed the move. A year later, they reached a settlement agreement acknowledging that both schools could coexist while using the letters BU for their respective institutions. According to Baylor, Boston University adhered to its understanding for decades by using a side-by-side BU stylization for its varsity teams. However, tensions resurfaced in 2018 when Baylor discovered that Boston University's campus store was selling hats featuring an interlocking BU design. Baylor claims these hats were essentially identical and/or confusingly similar to its own trademark design. Despite Baylor's objections communicated in subsequent years, Boston University allegedly expanded its use of the contested logo to include T-shirts, mugs, and even merchandise promoting club sports such as women's rugby, sailing, men's volleyball, and cycling. Boston University's attorneys will soon respond to the lawsuit and likely seek its dismissal. Given the history between the two schools, Boston University appears poised to mount a vigorous defense. One potential argument? At their use of the interlocking BU falls outside the scope of Baylor's trademarks. For example, applying the logo to club sports, activities fundamentally different from Division I athletics, might not infringe on Baylor's rights. Unlike high-profile varsity sports, club sports are recreational and don't typically generate substantial revenue or media deals. Another possible defense is fair use. Boston University could argue that its use of the interlocking BU doesn't confuse consumers about which university the abbreviation represents. After all, several other institutions across the U.S. share the BU initials, including Bryant University, Bradley University, Brainau University, and Bellarmine University. Could this multiplicity dilute any single school's claim to exclusivity? contractual authority might also come into play. Boston University may interpret its 1988 agreement differently, suggesting it allows for the current usage of the interlocking BU. Furthermore, BU could challenge the timeliness of Baylor's claims, arguing that statutes of limitation should bar the lawsuit. While the courtroom drama unfolds, there's a good chance the dispute will eventually be resolved privately through a settlement. A plausible outcome? A licensing agreement where Boston University pays Baylor a fee for continued use of the design. Such arrangements are common in intellectual property disputes, allowing both parties to walk away satisfied. Higher education is vast enough to accommodate multiple institutions sharing the same initials. But can it comfortably house more than one interlocking BU? That question remains open for debate, and perhaps your opinion. Do you think Boston University's use of the design constitutes infringement? Or is Baylor being overly protective of its brand? Share your thoughts in the comments below.